want to know who I am? It's probably better if you don't know. It's unfortunate, but you need to disappear. From now on, we're running things around here.
Yo, what is up guys? Today we're going to be talking about the unit that you see on your screen here. He is a new RGB 5-star unit. He is a Fire Ranger Elagos. You're going to see he is the leader of the Dagger Sakaar. So he is from the game's lore, if you guys have been following. If you guys actually watch the stories and the cinematics, he is the leader of the Dagger Sakaar, and he looks really cool, as you guys can see from his model and from his animations. You're also going to see from his kit that he actually looks very, very fun to play with. So looking at his base stats very quickly, like I mentioned, he is a Fire Ranger of the Virgo Zodiac signs. If you guys want to start farming those catalysts, you guys just need to farm the Virgo catalyst and you're good to go. You're gonna notice that he has very high speed right off the bat with an imprint concentration of critical hit chance. He's going to be basically an opening unit because of his base speed and from how his kit looks. Looking at his S3 real quick, it is Cloak and Trigger as a single target attack that will dispel 2 buffs before inflicting target and decreased defense for 2 turns and also pushing back CR by 35%. Just by the skill, guys, you can see that it is basically an opening skill. You're going to want to use this to actually strip buffs, put target and decrease defense and also push their CR back so you can have a high damage unit actually one-shot that unit, because basically any unit that gets hit with target and decreased defense is pretty much going to die to basically any hard hitting single target attack. You can also soul burn this actually to actually ignore effect resist, making it so that this target and decreased defense will always land even on high effect resist targets, and there will be no RNG to actually get 15%ed. The skill is very similar to Falconer Clary's S3. If you guys know Falconer Clary, the specialty change unit, the main reason why people used her a long time ago when she was very powerful is because you can actually strip buffs and also put decreased defense and provoke. This is a little bit better though in the high aggressive team comp because of the fact that you can also CR push them back. You're also going to see that Elagos can actually follow up his S3 with another attack as well of his own, which you'll see in a bit. But first off, let's look at his animation again. It looks really insane in my opinion. It looks like straight out of like a movie. You're going to see that this does not that great damage here, only 1.5k, but the most important thing is you can strip like immunity buffs, barriers, and put up that decreased defense and target. Next, we have his S2. Elagos' skill 2 will be the Cleaner. You're going to see when an ally except for himself defeats an enemy, you'll actually get an increased attack buff for yourself, and you'll also activate Time Bomb against the enemy with the highest attack. Now, Time Bomb is an attack that will grant perception to the caster and will also actually do more damage when you're faster than the target, which will happen most of the time because of the fact that Elagos' base speed is super high, and you're going to want to build him on a very high speed build so you can actually go first and actually use his S3 on an enemy target and make them very vulnerable. This damage is pretty insane, by the way. You're going to see, so you're going to see right here, this is ML Bologna killing a unit, and watch the damage from Elagos' attack after. So this is going to be Elagos' damage here. There's no decreased defense or anything on Celine, and 28k, which is insane because he is a lot faster than her, and also Celine is a bit squishy. You can see that this can actually do pretty crazy damage for a follow-up attack. Next, we have Elagos' skill 1, Point Blank Shot, as a single target attack, and when you're granted perception, you will trigger a dual attack from the ally with the highest attack, and this will also scale with Elagos' speed in terms of damage. The way you get perception, pretty obvious, right, from your Time Bomb here. After you activate this, after an ally kills an enemy, you'll actually get that perception buff. So basically, you want to pretty much set up your perception by activating your S3 on an enemy target, having an ally unit get pushed up, or actually just take the turn and kill that unit, and then you can have Elagos, pop off with his perception and his, Time Bomb and his dual attacks from his S1. Basically a pretty powerful kit in terms of if you can go first. Otherwise, he might not end up being useful at all. You definitely want to make sure you do take the first turn with Elagos and set up your team for a very swift kill so you can actually activate, his S2 ability. Next, we have Elagos' artifact, guys, an offer you can't refuse. You're going to see this is Ranger exclusive, obviously, because he is a Ranger. You can see that when you attack with a single attack, so this works on his S3, his S2, and his S1, you're going to penetrate the target's defense by 10%. When the caster defeats an enemy with a single attack, you'll increase CR of the ally with the highest combat readiness on the combat readiness bar, except for himself by 20% at max rank. So this is pretty insane for his kit because it will buff his damage, and also when you actually kill an enemy with your S2, you'll actually CR push your team as well to synergize very well with this Time Bomb because of the fact that this does very high damage, as you saw, right? Like we saw after ML Bologna's one shot. When his Time Bomb activates, this does 28k, which is actually insane if you think about it for a passive ability. So yeah, this unit overall looks like a pretty decent unit for speed contesting. I don't know if you'll be like super broken because you still have to guarantee that you take the first turn, but if you have very, very good speed gear, I think this unit will be very, very powerful, especially if you can pair him with units that can, benefit very greatly from that decreased defense and target. Very hard hitting units that have a lot of single target capabilities. I think like Spectre Tenebria, ML Bellona would be very good, even Watcher Shuri, even though he doesn't really need that decreased defense. You just want to make sure you pair him with units that can actually kill a unit after his S3, so that Elagos's S2 activates and you can one-shot even another unit. I think this unit will be very, very cool. Do I think it's a must pull? I think if you're an early game player, probably not, because of the fact that this unit is PvP only, but for PvP players, you're definitely going to want this unit if you like playing very aggressively, because of the fact that he looks very, very strong as a single target cleave unit, and he just looks very fun to play around with in general. This unit will be available starting March 23rd. I will definitely be pulling for him. I guarantee that, he'll be very strong in the meta at the very least, because his kit looks amazing. And honestly, why wouldn't you pull him? His animations look super cool, and we need more cool husbandos in the game. That being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.